saying, we need your help.
You know, Bill, absolutely. This has been going on. We went from, I don't know what you have here locally, maybe a dozen media outlets, to in overnight 406 were here. And I have to balance their need to be able to report a very significant event, but even if it's not significant, they have that right. But we also have to balance that right with the rights of others. And once your right, whatever that right is, oversteps the bounds of somebody else and their rights to exist or live peacefully, then we have to take some action. In this case, we tried to be very reasonable. We first put up deputies parked at this house to keep people away. Then it went to, okay, too many cars are parked here and the neighbors couldn't get by, so we put up no parking signs, temporary signs. And then it got to a point where, okay, this really isn't generating much use for media, and 90%, if not more, of the real media, I say real media, the national, local media outlets, that they were very respectful, not just to our department, but to the neighborhood, the community. They left. They still report. You still see it. TMZ reports today. Others report, and that's fine. But we had 2 or 3 that, for whatever reason, thought that they should remain, and it got to be a nuisance to the community, that neighborhood, so much so that we're getting reports every day. If not, we went from a neighborhood that averaged 50 reports in a 6-month time to over 180, almost 200 in that same 6 months. So we have to kind of balance that, and we thought we'd take an approach of, hey, let's go and warn these people. You guys really should do this somewhere else. What you're reporting really isn't anything new or earth-shattering. If there's something new or earth-shattering, if we have something tomorrow, not just them, the entire media outlets will know about it.
I want to hear what Dylan
but they
thinks.
Need to move
Dylan,
on.
what do you think about
I'll take issue with your word reporting there. They're not reporting anything.
Okay. But what about this First Amendment thing? First Amendment rights.
Everybody has a First Amendment right. There's nothing that makes Bill, you or me special because we are journalists. The First Amendment, the right to report, the freedom of the press, freedom of speech, absolutely applies to everybody in the same way. There are certainly ethical considerations involved, and a lot of the folks who are standing somewhere all day long, live streaming all day, inventing bizarre, delusional, conspiracist fantasies, and blaming people who are completely not connected at all and saying they did it, inventing things about the family, claiming they are directly involved and responsible. That's just nuts. That's definitely not being any form of journalist. Nonetheless, they have the right to do it. They also, should not be standing in someone's private property in their front yard to do it. They should not be doing their business in public because they are so dedicated to live streaming and trying to earn money off of this, which is what they're doing. They're exploiting the situation, which is, in my personal opinion, shameful. That's not being a journalist. That's being an exploitative, abusive weirdo.
And as much as I agree with Dylan, I have to take a different stance, and that is, look, we got to balance this, try to approach it with some sense of reasonableness, ask them to, hey, you guys could do this somewhere else in the privacy of your own home, for that matter. You could come to my station. I've told, they were parked out there for park it, we'll get you water, we'll take care of you. But have some respect for the neighborhood, and those people too have their rights. And so we ask them to leave. And like I say, 95%